Let's take a look at customizing headers and footers. Now, there's different ways you get into this. If I go to my View tab, and then under the Workbook Views, I want to choose Page Layout. That'll take me over to here. Now I'm going to click Normal and put it back, because I want to show you the second way. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see some options, and if I put my mouse over it, maybe. It says Normal. This next one is your page layout. That'll take you to the same page. So two different ways you can get into that. Might even be other ones. Microsoft oftentimes has multiple ways. Now up here you see it says Add Header. If I click up there, you see there's three places. Now the header and footer are items that'll print on every page. So if you have 50 pages, it'll put this at the top no matter what. Now, if I come back to like Insert, and I'm up here, you don't see the option available. So I can't insert date, things like that. But if I go over to Header and Footer, so that you would expect that if I'm up here, I can go to the Insert, because I think even somewhere over here might be a date. Maybe not. But Insert would be the natural place to look. But when you're working with the header and footer, when you click it, see it, when I click down here, it doesn't appear up there. But when I click the header up here, then I get the new tab. And this is where you can put all the interesting items. Now you see there's a header and footer here first. And the idea on this is that you're not necessarily going to be an expert at this afterwards, but you know where this is at. You can go and play with it before you go take the exam. And this gives you some different ones you can put in there, based on like having the file name, page number, so forth. Like if I chose that one, you see it puts page there and puts a title there. Let me get rid of those. Okay, I'll go to header and footer. Along with that footer, you can have different items down here. And so you can play with those to kind of see maybe how you want, if it's already kind of predefined. If you want to develop your own. Like if I want page number, it'd be down here in footer, but I want it to be on the far right here. My eyes aren't very good, but I think my cursor's down there. If I click page number, then you see that appears there. And if I click outside of it, it now has 1. If I went over to the second page, it'd be 2, and so forth. Now, when I click here, you may wonder, well, why do they put that? Well, it's kind of code that they can put there, and then they can put something before it. Like if I do page : space. Now let me click over here, and you see it says page 1. So you're not limited just to these. You can put your own text in there. If I want number of pages, then I'd like click down here. I'm going to right arrow over to be at the end, and this would be like page 1 of, and I'll put of and then space, and then put the number of pages. See, it says now page 1 of 1. Kind of boring one, I only got 1 page, but you get the idea. If I click over here, if you're wondering, can you just type those? Well, let's try this. This is going to be the @ symbol and then brackets around pages. So, @ symbol, bracket, pages, closing bracket. Don't know why you'd want to type it manually, but that's how you do it. Most of these are pretty obvious. Current date. Put that there again. Clicking out of there, you can actually see what it puts. The current time, file path, file name. You can put sheet name on there. I suppose you could put a picture if you wanted to, looks like. Now, you're down here in the footer. If you click this go to header, it'll put it up there. Or go to footer. That goes back and forth between them. Not sure the benefit of that when you can just click up there, but if you got maybe longer than it'll appear on your screen, it's a very easy way to switch back and forth. Now, if you want a different first page, different odd and even pages, so scale of the document, all these you can kind of set whatever you want. Maybe on the first page you don't want the date, for example. Now, I'm going to go back to my view. And I guess I got to click out of this. Now I'll go back to view. And I'll go back to normal. Now there's a page layout tab here. If you go here, at the very bottom of the page setup, you'll see a little arrow there. And this is for the page setup. This brings up more options. So if I click that, then you see there's header and footer here. And you come here and choose custom header, custom footer. You can choose some of those same options. I think this is where you would probably type it more in. Well, I guess I'm wrong. There's little buttons you can choose here that put that there. So if you like that better, then that'd be another way of setting those options. Here's some exam tips that I found. ChatGPT gave it to me. It says you may be asked to add a custom footer with page numbers. I overlooked at that. Insert file name in the right section of the header. So you should be able to go to your header. Well, actually, I guess I do it right here. Go to the right section. Probably one of these is a file name. Couldn't tell you which. My cursor's so big I probably can't see, but what's that say? File path. And then I probably want file name. And click OK there. And looks like I'd need to put a slash between them. So we'll go back to custom header. And never can remember which slash. We'll try that one. And of course I chose the wrong one. So let's come over here. And click OK. And now you see that it puts the file name. Now some of these you may wonder what's the benefit of this. This is just extra information. This isn't for the test. When I was working at a company, we were working on getting our ISO certification. It's one for manufacturing. It says you have quality processes and so forth. And all the documentation that we had in Word documents had to have the same footer. Well, they didn't want to open up I forget how many, it's been a long time. They didn't want to open up however many Word documents we had, 2,000, and change them all. So they had me write a VBA script that would go through, and it opened up all the documents and set all the footers to be the same format. Anyway, it's sometimes you really need to have the proper things and headers and footers for certification or other reasons.